That's my name is Mike, and I'm a recovering addict. I like to doing the first step. We admit we was powerless of our addiction. That our lives has become a matter. It says the step one, staying clean has to come first. That means I can't use drugs and live. The staying clean has to come first above everything. Um, um, then it says here, um, our inability to control our use of drugs is a symptom of the disease of addiction. But see, one thing about that, if I don't stay clean I have to stay clean long enough to know that I have what they call the disease of addiction. Because the steps says we admit we were powerless over our addiction, that our lives have become unmanageable. So that means I got something more going on with me than just the dope. Once the drugs is gone, I'll be able to see how the disease of addiction has wrecked my life. And I found out the disease of addiction is made up of two components, obsession and compulsion. So I'm grateful that I learned about the obsession and compulsion, how the disease of addiction affect every area of my life, and it's a thinking disease. So then it says in there, addiction is a disease. If we are not powerless over our addiction, how can we tell ourselves we're in control? Um, so I'm powerless over my addiction, so that means if I pick up, I have no control. But then I found out too, there's a lot of things I don't have no control over. I'm powerless over. I'm powerless over people, places, and situations. But now, I done stopped using drugs long enough, so I had the power what they call choice. Now, I'm not, I'm not, how to say, I'm not, I don't have I'm not thinking with the drugs no more. Now the disease of addiction. So, that's why, for me, I had to get in here and understand. For me, because everybody have to understand the steps for themselves. So I understand step one. Like I said, in the beginning, got to stay clean. But as you go on, find out we have a disease of addiction. Then it says, I said, our inability to control our use of drugs is just a symptom of the disease of addiction. So that means to me, um, me not being able to control drugs was just a small part of what was going on with me. I found out, I had other things going on with me too. So I had to remember this disease is a thinking disease, and there's no cure for it. Because it says it right there in the book. So if my usage of drugs is just a symptom, that means, I got more parts coming. That's just like a cold. How you have the sniffles, you got the coughing, you got many symptoms that makes up a cold. It's like disease of addiction. I got many symptoms that makes up the disease of addiction. So, like I said, I got it here and learned this first step for myself. This just goes on to say, in the back it says, completely change our old ways of thinking. I go back to use, but it says period. It don't say drugs. So that let me know that if I don't change my way of thinking, I'll put something in the place of drugs, get the same feeling that the drugs gave me if I'm not careful. Because this thinking is easy to tell me, okay, I'm done with the drugs, so now I can do other stuff. No, you got to change everything. Then this thing about changing everything, you can't change everything at one time. You got to work at changing this, because it's hard to change everything at one time because you get overwhelmed. Then that's when we run out of here. But if you try to change, a little bit at a time, I'm quite sure we will. But one thing, we'll never become perfect. There's no cure for the disease of addiction. So I have to monitor myself. So step one means to me that, I can't use drugs and live, and also um, that I have the disease of addiction. It also talks about reservation. It said reservation robs us of the benefits that this program has to offer. Reservation means I left the loophole in my loophole for me to use. Like, say I might plan an event like, my mother dying or me losing everything to where I'm going to use. I set aside that space so if that happens to me, I'm going to use. So I'm grateful I had to work with the reservations. This year I'll be celebrating 22 years clean. So I'm grateful. Everybody, thanks for letting me share. I'll let y'all later.